Hello friends, welcome to Pathfinder IS Club. My name is Sachin and in this video we will discuss important features of Constitution of India. I will briefly explain each feature and will try to give you one or two examples for each. So let us begin. Ours is longest written constitution any sovereign country has. We have 25 parts which is subdivided into more than 400 articles and we also have 12 schedules attached to the constitution. Our constitution is longest because we have not separated aspirations of the society, governing principles, and administrative principles. We have put everything in the constitution which is required to run a country, and that is why it became the longest document. Second, it's neither flexible nor rigid. Flexible means one which can be easily amended with simple majority, and rigid means one which requires special majority and also approval of majority of the states in some of the cases. Next, a constitution shows federal in nature but unitary in spirit. Federal nature is evident from the Schedule 7 of the Constitution, which distributes power between union and state governments. You can go through the list which is mentioned in the Schedule 7. However, we also have the provisions like Article 356, where entire federal structures melt into unitary structure. So, as a feature, we can say that it is a federal in nature but unitary in spirit. Then, Constitution provides for the single citizenship with no separate citizenship for the states. See, whenever we talk about the federal structure, United States of America is the epitome of federalism. There they have separate citizenship of the states as well. But that is not applicable in India. We have same citizenship throughout the country from Jammu Kashmir to all the states, northeast, western India and to the south. All have same citizenship. Let's move forward. Then our constitution provides for both parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy. When it comes to United Kingdom, they have parliamentary sovereignty, which means that this is the highest decision-making body in the country, and no one can challenge the parliament decision taken by the parliament. But when we talk about the United States of America, judicial supremacy is there; it is visible. So no one can challenge the decision taken by the judiciary. But in India, we have tried to make balance between parliament and judiciary through checks and balance mechanism between them. Then India's parliament system is unique in the world in different features like whatever we are seeing right now. And the last one on this slide provides for the independent judiciary. What does it mean? It means that judiciary is independent not only in making the appointments of the judges in Supreme Court and High Court, but also the expenditure which is incurred by these higher courts are charged on the consolidated fund of India. So, which means that they have financial independence as well as independence in appointing the judiciaries or judges at the higher levels. So, that is how the independence is maintained by the Constitution of India. Constitution of India provides for the fundamental rights to the citizen of India and protects them. Fundamental rights like Article 14, right to equality, or Article 21, right to life, they are provided in the Constitution. And how it is protected? It is protected by Supreme Court and High Courts. Then it also provides Constitution also provides for the directive principles of the state policy, which are like direction given to the states. We have different DPSPs like Article 40, which talks about the Panchayat Raj institutions. Then Article 44, which talks about Uniform Civil Code. So likewise, these are like governing principles which the government should follow. Okay. Then last one, as a part of features of Constitution India, it also provides for the fundamental duties in the Part 4A. Fundamental duties were not earlier part of the Constitution, but it was added later on after the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution of India and on the basis of Swaran Singh Committee. So we will discuss all these points like fundamental rights, DPSPs, and fundamental duties in detail in subsequent videos. So that's all about the features of Constitution of India. I hope you found this video useful. We wish you all the best and great success. You can contact us at pathfinderisclub@gmail.com. Also, let us know in the comment box that what are the topics you want us to cover. Thank you.